What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm very excited to bring you guys my latest video on my must-have must gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. In this series, I like to highlight independently owned brands, so that's what I try to do. And of course, everything will be listed and linked down below, as well as down below I will have all of the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. So with that said, I did film this makeup look. I filmed it in two different parts. So basically the base is pretty much in my last video that will be coming up tomorrow. As long as this video goes up on Monday, or maybe I'll have a double whammy on Tuesday, basically showcasing a full face of black owned brands. Unfortunately, it's not as full of a face as some of my others, but I still wanted to highlight some newer brands that I haven't featured in my other full faces. And then also I will be doing this tutorial as a short just because you guys seem to really enjoy seeing my eye look. And this is with the Nomad Cosmetics Haunted Europe palette. I believe I used this palette for one of the shadows previously. I wanted to get some opinions on some of the other shades so that I could do a review for you all. So this is only the second time I've used that palette, but I'm so happy I was able to do it. So with that said, if you're interested in hearing about all of the new makeup releases, because there's so many releases coming out right now, I'm gonna scoot over and we're gonna get into it. Alrighty guys, so like I said, there is a lot, and I do mean a lot, to talk about. I will do my best to kind of speed through just because some things are unnecessary, but let's talk about it. Half Magic has come out with a brow glue, and I have seen a couple of YouTubers do reviews and showcase this on their channel because they got it sent to them from the brand. And me and Morgan Turner, we have very similar interests when it comes to brow glues. We have similar favorites, and she's tried this. She got it sent to her by the brand. She did not like it, so I know it's not going to work for me pretty much because it didn't work for her. I feel like if you have similar brow glue favorites, it's either going to work, or if it's not, if they enjoy it or they don't. So easy pass on that. Glossier is now in Sephora. When I went to pick up my more recent Sephora order, which you guys will be seeing that in a vlog probably sometime this week, maybe Friday. I should have it all pieced together by then. You will see that I actually did pick up a couple of Glossier products, just two, but I just wanted to try the brand. I'd never tried them before, and because it happened to be physically in the store that I was going to, I figured why not. I do have, oh wait, I'm lying. I have Glossier cheek products. So I have tried Glossier before, but I haven't tried anything beyond that. So very excited for the new products that I picked up. I will be doing easily at least one new makeup, a full face of new makeup next month. So just stay tuned. I am so excited. I am doing a very similar kind of series next month, although I don't know how many different brands I'll be featuring, but I'm still very excited to feature women owned brands next month because next month is Women's History Month in the S. Jill Stuart is coming out with their summer 2023 collection, and this is the Daydream Mood collection. In this, you have 10 multi powders, 7 have a shimmer finish, and 3 have a matte pastel finish. This brand just is not meant for somebody of my skin tone, so easy pass. ColourPop is doing a collaboration with Disney, this time specifically with Snow White. I like that they narrowed down the character that they were highlighting. I think all of this makes sense. I think it's cute. I do agree with a couple other YouTubers and wish that the lip scrub actually had the poison dripping down kind of aesthetic on the packaging. It would have been nice, even if it was just like an added piece that maybe people lost in the sauce. I still think it would have been nice in that presentation element. But yeah, nothing in this collection is exciting to me, and because it's ColourPop, it really needs to be exciting for me to pick it up, so I am going to pass. Makeup Eraser is doing a collaboration with Hello Kitty. I have a couple of these. I'm stocked. I have my Nightmare Before Christmas and quite a few of their normal basic ones. So I don't need this, but in the event that you do need them, I do think that this type of product is very nice for taking off your makeup at the end of the day. It's nice because then you don't really ruin your towels, although typically, at least for me, I've never had an issue really getting my makeup out of my towels in the event that I like space and I do wipe my face on my towel. So that's that. But I also only have dark towels. So there's that. Huda Beauty has already launched the two all matte eyeshadows. And originally I wasn't going to pick this up because I've told myself and I know about myself that I don't particularly like all one concept of eyeshadows. So I don't really buy any all shimmery eyeshadow palettes nor all matte eyeshadow palettes. But I made an exception, one because I truly do enjoy Huda Beauty's mattes, and two because this has two kind of different formulas. It does have, I think, her traditional mattes, but it also has some cream to matte powders in here, and I would just love to try this out. Once again, I was able to get this on a discount. Super excited to receive this whenever I do. I'm not in a huge rush. I have quite the stack of eyeshadows palettes right now that I want to test out, review. I want to do some multiple palette tutorials and stuff. So not in a huge rush, but because I could get it on the discount, I figured I could pick it up, and maybe when I want to just do a normal get ready with me, I can throw that in instead of some of the other palettes that I really want to feature multiple times doing multiple looks. Makeup Revolution is coming out with a Sculptor Cream Blush and Bronzer duo set, and basically they have two duo shades or two shades for different ranges, so from fair, medium, deep, and dark. I would probably be dark, but I'm concerned with that cream blush shade in the dark. That doesn't look like a cream blush, that looks like a corrector or something. I don't really know. It says that it's supposed to be a bold orange. Maybe the picture just isn't doing it justice. If this becomes available at Ulta and I remember, I could definitely see me throwing this in my Ulta cart. That's typically where I pick up Makeup Revolution nowadays, but who knows? I don't really know. And then I'm seeing a very light skin complexion modeling the one that I thought was for me. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I need to see this in person and or with maybe better photos. Hermes is coming out with a mineral powder. I'm not going to try to say the rest of the name because I can't. This does not look like it is meant for me, dark enough for me, none of that. I don't even think I could under eye set with any of these powders, which is perfectly fine. I don't have Hermes money. I am sure this is somewhere in the 60s, if not 80s range. So this is approximately $104.73. Don't forget they 73 cents. Not for me. Absolutely not. No. CXC Beauty, which is a brand that I remember quite a few people trying, I want to say last year or maybe the year before, they've come out with some mini 9 pans. And I think these look cute. For me, if I had to pick one, it would be the Ultraviolet Mini Palette. That one looks really pretty. But I don't really get a lot of use out of my purple eyeshadows now. I used to be a huge purple eyeshadow fan. That used to be kind of a neutral for me, and that truly was my first eyeshadow color. Like I had a single eyeshadow that was purple. I had it all throughout high school and college, and I think it like stayed at home during college because I don't think I actually took it to college. Anyways, though, this is not something that I think I'm going to pick up, but I do think that it's beautiful, and I would love to hear if you tried the brand, if you enjoy their quality. Unearthly Cosmetics is coming out with a activated liner palette. This is not something for me. I pretty sure in my last declutter I pretty much got rid of all of my activated liners because I haven't used them in years. It just doesn't make any sense. For me, I understand the use and the element of picking this up. I think the color combinations are really pretty. If I could choose one kind of duo, I would choose either the Bossy or the Make Moves. Those two duos have colors that I would just get a lot of use out of. But because these aren't in single compacts that I could maybe pick up those, I'm going to go ahead and pass. Cali Ray is coming out with a highlighter, actually two highlighters. They're supposed to have a transparent base and not be ashy or anything like that. I've seen this in store and I know that I'm not interested in this product because even when I was in store and it was literally in the same area that I was literally swatching other products, I didn't even go to swatch this. So this is going to be an easy pass for me. But if you are excited about this, I would love to hear it. And it is currently available, like I said, and I will have it linked down below. Urban Decay has done a collaboration with Smiley to create two 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. I think these are cute. They're probably fine. I've heard people already literally review these products and I feel like they just came out, but not something for me. Not at all. Ace Beauté has also come out with a new eyeshadow palette. This is their Smoky Roses eyeshadow palette. I haven't tried Ace Beauté in years. Pretty much at the beginning of my YouTube channel was the first time I tried them and I did not like the quality. I know they've changed their quality since then, but I really didn't like that quality. So I haven't picked it up, and although some of the eyeshadow color schemes have been drop dead gorgeous, I still haven't been able to pull the trigger, and to me this isn't really calling to me, so it is going to be a pass. Say has released some new shades in their Sun Melt line. They've released fair bronze and tan bronze, which isn't going to help me personally because I still have, I believe, deep bronze, and that I believe is actually the deepest tone that they have available. No, I have deep, they have a dark. So yeah, I mean, nothing too great for me, but I do like that they are padding out this range for a product that they know so many people are loving and enjoying, and they want to make sure that it's inclusive. I love seeing that. So yay, very happy on that. MAC is doing a collaboration with Richard Quinn. In this collaboration, there are eyeshadow palette, there are eyeliners, a setting spray, blush duo, highlighters, and lipsticks. This is not something for me. I don't see anything in this collection that is really gravitating or making me extremely interested. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take that easy pass because I find reasons to buy everything. So if there's a slight reason for me not to pick it up, I'm going to run with it. Pixi is coming out with a Sun Treats SPF 50 makeup fixing mist. Basically, this is a setting spray for your face that you can put over your makeup that actually has SPF in it, and you can like retouch up and all that. I pretty much am never outside. You have to kind of have treats drawing me outside for me to go outside. So this is not something that I need. I'm good. I think last year I bought a spray sunscreen because I was trying to do better with like putting sunscreen all throughout my body. I don't even know where that is. Absolutely no idea where that is. I probably should figure that out. Maybe it's under my sink. Either way, that tells me I don't need no more sunscreens. I do put my sunscreen on my face and I'm very happy about that. But I need to use the sunscreen that I already bought and not pick up another one. It looks like John Legend's skincare range is actually already now available. And it looks like this is available in a drugstore, maybe like a CVS. In this, there is a cleanser, a moisturizer, a body oil, a body wash, a shave cream, and a toning mist. Nothing in this is exciting to me. I'm not truly interested, but who knows? Maybe in the future they will come out with something that really gets me intrigued by the brand. Carolina Herrera has come out with another flanker in the Good Girl range. This one is Good Girl Blush. The top notes are bergamot, mandarin. The middle note is ylang ylang, and the base is vanilla absolute tonka bean. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love this. I haven't been in love with any of the other flankers in this range, but those three notes, those are three notes that I love in any fragrance. The difference is this going to add any value to my collection? Now, what I could see me doing, which I have been doing very good at lately, is maybe picking up a 1 ounce. And if I go through that 1 ounce and I'm loving it and I feel like I have to have it, then maybe I'll pick up the full size. In the organization that I currently have my perfumes in, which I'm not actually fully happy with that organization, I don't have any room for any fragrances. And I actually have my Baccarat Rouge on the way. It keeps getting scheduled, so it should have already been here by now, but that's what you get when you use UPS. So either way, I already have one thing that I need to try to figure out a space for that, along with the Bath and Body Works order that I made. I think I'll be able to finesse putting all of those sprays that I picked up. I didn't pick up a lot. You guys will be seeing those in some video. I know I've already showcased them to you. Oh, I have a whole video where I literally filmed a haul of that. So that will be coming on Wednesday. But anyways, I'm interested in this. I would probably go in store to smell it if it's available at my local store. If not, the next time I actually pick up an order online, then I'll probably just throw it in the cart. It looks like Ole Henriksen is actually coming out with a bright vitamin CC stick, which is very, very interesting. I've actually already seen this available on the app at Sephora, so I will have it linked down below. It looks interesting. Not something that I need. It looks like it really helps to correct under eye circles. This would be something that I would actually get for a friend. They always kind of are asking me what they could get, what could be useful for their under eye circles. I don't really have dark under eye circles, even when I have a strong lack of sleep, which is known to me because I don't really sleep that well. But yeah, not something that I need, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Dominique Cosmetics is coming out with a new shade of their setting powder, and they also did restock. I do already have my poll available right now on what brands you guys would like to see me feature in Women's History Month. I've already made my order to kind of solidify what I showcased to you guys from Unearthly, and they shipped one of the two items. Who knows what that means? So we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, that's the only thing I've purchased so far for next month. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to be shopping my stash, showing you guys what I already have, because I did buy a lot in February and I'm trying to kind of even out a little bit if I can. So that long rant for aside, you guys don't seem to be very interested in Dominique Cosmetics from what I remember, but I am, so we'll see what happens. This powder is only $22, but I don't need a loose powder. So yeah, there is that. Martine Cosmetics is coming out with 3 long 6-pan eyeshadow palettes, and I think these are very, very cute. They've already been revealed, so I will have them on the screen. Nothing is like groundbreaking. The only reason I would pick one of these up is because I want to try the brand, and this would probably be the only way I do it because they have, I feel, big eyeshadow palettes. I don't think I need to pick any of these up. Some of my favorite brands have very similar color schemes that they just came out with or are recent, and I have quite a few brown eyeshadow palettes that are literally in my top drawer. So for me, I think I'm gonna pass. Fantasy Cosmetica has come out with their latest palette, and this one is the Rouge palette. This is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette where it looks like they have 4 shimmers and 5 mattes. I think this is cute. I'm not really into blues anymore. I have my ColourPop blue palette. I'm going to stick with that if I really, really need some blues. There are some greens in there, but I love greens and I have plenty of greens. This is still just not enough for me to try the brand, but I have been hearing great things. So I will definitely stay tuned and keep them in my back of my head if there is a palette that they come up with and if I have the time, the space, and the money to pick it up. It looks like Sol de Janeiro is coming out with a new mist for the summer, and this time it is Solar, Tuberose, and Petite de Coco perfume mist. I really do enjoy the couple of mists that I have from the brand, but if I'm being honest, I really don't get a lot of use out of them. I get almost the same amount of use out of them as I do with Bath and Body Works. And although I have a huge collection, I feel, of Bath and Body Works, the math isn't adding up as much as it should on like the amount that I bring in for the amount of use, because I typically reach for my perfumes over my body mist. So we'll see. I want to see the size of this. I would be more so willing to pick this up if this was in the smaller size than the big size. I just don't need that big size. I picked up their main set in that size and I don't need it. I don't need it. So we will see, we will see, but I am excited to at least smell it, and get my nose on it, of course. Tarte is coming out with a whole range of color correctors, and I think this is smart for anybody who needs a color corrector, whether it is to correct under your base makeup or to correct your foundation or your concealer shades. That's not something that I like to do. For me, if it's not going to work with me out of the bottle, it's just not happening. And as for covering up my hyperpigmentation, if the foundation ain't doing it, it just ain't happening. I just don't have the time nor the care. So for me, this is definitely not something that I need to pick up. But in the event that Tarte is your favorite brand and you're really excited about this, I wanted to make sure you guys knew. MAC has come out with a Studio Fix Everyday Face Pin Concealer. And I think this is great. I think it's smart for somebody who travels a lot or somebody who just likes to touch up throughout the day and maybe they rub off their makeup because of one thing or another. I think this is brilliant, and it's interesting that this particular product or this type of product hasn't been created before, at least not in this packaging. I know some brands have pin concealers, but the applicators are never great. They're always messy because they're like a brush of some sort. I like that this applicator is literally comes out of plastic, so you can put it more so straight on your skin, and it's a little bit more hygienic because you can really clean that plastic. This is not something that I'm going to be picking up because I don't use a lot of MAC products, honestly, but I definitely think this is smart, and for those who love MAC based products, I would definitely check this out. Made by Mitchell is coming out with the whole Blursh book. This is too much for me. I don't need a whole book of blush, and I haven't tried his range at all. Not one thing. So yeah, I don't need this. The Cream Shop is coming out with some cream balm blushes. I love cream blushes, if you didn't realize. I think I'm going to pass on these though, because I'm not sure these are going to be super pigmented for me. Yeah, because this says a wash of color. Not for me. This is going to be an easy pass. Skin Glass Beauty is coming out with a cream bronzer that is supposed to give a skin glass finish. I want this. I want this. I've never heard of the brand before. I've never seen the brand before. It looks like they are, they're well known. They have over 15,000 followers. I need this. I need to try it. I see a YouTuber that I follow has showcased their products, so I will definitely be trying this out. I just need to figure out which shade, so definitely stay tuned for a review on that. It looks like Spectrum Collection is doing a collection with Pushin', which is like a cat. I have one of these makeup rags. I have the Pooh Bear makeup rag, and that is literally my go-to travel makeup bag for my makeup. I absolutely love it. I put all of my makeup on the top. I put my brushes and my sponge on the bottom, and it works. I know some people use it as just like a piece for decoration. I like to use it and I love it. It hasn't been overly damaged or anything. I haven't felt the need to clean it out like with a makeup wipe or anything, but I could see at least the bottom half where I put my brushes working that way. I don't think the top would be the easiest to clean out, but so far there's no real worry about that. Then Sephora has also launched quite a bit of Tom Ford, both a lip product and an eyeshadow palette. Easy pass for me. I don't have Tom Ford money. Then it does look like Dominique Cosmetics is now back in Sephora with their latest palette, which is their Essential Eyeshadow Palette. So that's intriguing. I wish they would come back with the rest of their range. There are other things in their range that I'm more interested in than this eyeshadow palette, but yeah, I do know that this eyeshadow palette is online only. And then Dyson has come out with some new products. It is an attachment upgrade kit for $199. I don't have a Dyson, so easy, easy pass. Valentino is coming out with a 24-hour wear hydrating concealer. I've heard quite a few people either really opposed or really into picking this up. I am indifferent, so I'm going to keep my indifferent self in my chair and keep my money. Profusion is coming out with an empowered butterfly collection. A whole bunch of stuff is going on with this collection. They have blushes, eyeliners, lip products, lashes, an eyeshadow palette. Looks to be maybe some skincare. Not something for me. I would, if I could pick one thing up from this collection, it would be one of the blushes. Or, yeah, there are two different shades of the blushes. They look really, really pretty. I don't know how good the formula is though, so I'm probably not going to pick it up just because I don't go to drugstores very often, and it's easiest to pick up Profusion in like a Walmart or like a CVS or something. So I'm just gonna probably naturally just pass. Wet and Wild is doing a collaboration with Sesame Street. Not a huge Sesame Street person, never was. I think I watched it when I was younger, but more so because my older brother was watching it and I was in the room. Yeah, so this is not a huge thing for me. I can see there definitely being some strong nostalgia for some other people, but yeah, I think this is going to be an easy pass for me. Tatcha is coming out with some new skincare products, and it looks like they're called the Silk Serum in two different sizes. And yeah, that's all we know. It's just a wrinkle smoothing serum. So I'm assuming this is like a serum for at night, at the end of your skincare routine. I've never tried Tatcha skincare, except maybe I've tried samples of their moisturizer, or I have samples of their moisturizer somewhere. I don't know. But not really interested in spending Tatcha prices on skincare. Ace Beauté also came out with a cream bronzer palette, or sculpt palette, so it's more so contour. There are four different shades. I'm not picking this up because I would not be able to get use out of all four shades. And so that's the big reason for that. Maybe if they release these in singles where I could just pick up the one that is warranted for my skin tone, then I would definitely pick it up. But I just don't have the space to really be picking up a palette like that and trying to house it. So I'm gonna pass. Something that I would like to pick up if it's still available when the time that I actually remember to pick it up is this collaboration between Elf Cosmetics and Ohema. Ohema is a YouTuber that I've been following for a while now, and I don't have any of these products at all from this box. I like that I get to see what is in the box. I like that it is a favorite set of hers, so I know these are good quality. I do really enjoy Ohema. So yeah, I could definitely see me picking this up. It's just a matter of if it's still in stock when I go to pick it up. A sunscreen that I love for the face is now being released in a body formulation. I really do like this, but as I said earlier today, I never remember to put sunscreen on my body. I also am never out for a length of time that I feel warrants putting sunscreen on my body, and I almost always am fully covered. Like I have on a long sleeve shirt, maybe I'll have a short sleeve shirt on, but like I generally, even throughout the summer, I wear long pants. So this just doesn't seem like something for me, but if you're interested, I will say I really enjoy the face version of this, and I'm sure the body version is going to be great as well. Beauty Counter is now available at Ulta, and they have their makeup and their skincare available. I've never heard of this brand. I know nothing about this brand, but they have quite the arrangement of stuff. Let me know. Do you know this brand? Are you excited? Do you have favorites? Please let me know. Like I said, I've never heard of them, and it was definitely interesting to see them available at Ulta because I was just like, oh, this is a thing. Which reminds me, another brand that is available at Ulta is Mented Cosmetics. I did not know that they were available. I happened to be scrolling the same time my friend told me, because she actually works at Ulta, and I was completely surprised. So, yeah, food for thought there. I definitely will try a couple of Mented Cosmetics things. I've wanted to try their stuff, but they're only available at they've previously only been available at Target. And my local Target, as much as I love it, people be opening up the packages and just all up in it. No. So I'll get it at Ulta, where less likely people are going to open it, because Ulta has just, testers for pretty much everything. Essence is coming out with a Blooming Bright collection, and this actually looks really, really nice. I love the eyeshadow palette. It looks very, very pretty. The lips products look pretty. I don't know what that stick is. It looks like a lip glow stick. No, those are the lip products. What is that stick? It is a blush light. That looks really, really pretty. If this becomes available at Ulta, I don't know if these are available at Ulta. I could definitely see me throwing this in the cart, because those look really, really pretty. Maybelline is coming out with another mascara. This is their Falsies Surreal Extension Mascara. $9.99. That is definitely my price range when it comes to mascaras. I don't think I'm going to actually be picking this one up, mainly because I have my ABH. I just tested out a new mascara today, and I just picked up an old Faithful recently from Sephora during Lash Day at Sephora. So I just don't need another one, but I could see maybe in the future getting it from CVS, where I could basically get it for free. I could definitely see me doing that. Joe Malone has come out with their Spring 2023 collection, and there are four different scents: the Nashi Bloom, Water Lily, Star Magnolia, and Osmanthus Blossom. I would be most intrigued for either the Nashi Blossom or the Star Magnolia, just because of the top notes. So the Nashi Blossom, the top note is lemon, and the Star Magnolia, the top note is lemon, among others. And I'm just intrigued to try something like that. That seems like it'd be very clean, refreshing, and just perfect for spring, but different. So that would be intriguing. I would love to see if this becomes available at Sephora. I slow walked the last release that they had, and it completely sold out. I don't think it ever came back into stock, which is fine. I don't really need it, but I would love to smell these things before I pick them up. Like I just said recently, I have a lot of scents and I love them. That's why I picked them up and they're still here. But because I have so many scents, I want to be more critical on what I'm bringing in. I do once again plan to get a different storage for my fragrances, just so that they're a little bit better displayed for my convenience. But when I get to that, then maybe I could justify picking up some fragrances more easily. But for right now, with the space that I have, I can't justify it. It looks like Ulta is sneak peeking the fact that the 21 Days of Beauty is coming up, and it will be starting on March 12th, which is right around the corner. So that's very, very interesting. I can't wait to see what they have available. And then, as soon as that ends, that's when Sephora VIB sale comes up. So very, very exciting things coming up. Save your dollars, because these brands come up with these sales during tax season. So stay woke on that. Zoeva Cosmetics is coming out with a slew of eyeshadow palettes. They are only 4 pans, but sometimes 4 eyeshadows is all you need. They also have some eyeliners, some eye creams, and what looks to maybe some brow pencils and a brow gel. It's very, very interesting. Unfortunately, I don't think Zoeva has a US distributor, which really, really sucks. Um, because I could see me definitely picking up maybe a couple of things from this range, because these are just calling to me. I'm very much in my neutral phase of life, and I am living for it. I am. And I don't mind these small palettes. They look really, really pretty. If I can find them in a US distributor, I could see me picking one or two up. DJ Unique Boutique is coming out with pressed highlighters. She has 4 different shades: Faith, Love, Glorious and Grace, which are a rose bronze, a bronze gold, a glowy copper, and a bronze respectively. I think these look pretty or sound pretty. The swatches I'm not loving nearly as much. They look very, very uh, soft, and I like a highlighter that is going to be loud and in charge. So as much as I would love to support this brand in this release, I think I'm gonna have to pass again. Perfume de Molly's is coming out with a new perfume, and this is their Valet Eau de Parfum. This is a very pricey perfume at $355. It's quoted as being a floral, musky, woody scent. I think I want to smell this and potentially pick this up. I'm looking at the notes right now. I don't want to say them because this video is already long enough, but this screams to me. Just a sampling of their notes. There's bergamot, mandarin, white peach. You got some vetiver, some ambroxan, and then even some vanilla in there. That's screaming to me. I think a couple of my favorite YouTubers, fragrance-wise, have done reviews showcasing this scent. So I need to watch those to see if they talk about any scents that are similar. Because if I have something that's similar, I'm going to keep my coin. But if I can get a sample of this, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Gucci is coming out with a new scent in their Gucci Bloom range. So this is another flanker, and this is Bloom Intense for her Eau de Parfum. So you have some jasmine, some Ragoon Creeper, and some tuberose. By the sound of the notes, it's not something for me, but I also don't know with what Ragoon Creeper is. I'm probably even saying that incorrectly. So I think this is going to be a pass for me with the amount of fragrances that I'm interested in just with this video alone. I think I'm gonna pass and not even try to smell it. Although I'm sure between between Sephora, I'm gonna get a sample somehow, some way, and I'm gonna get my nose on it. Lastly, but of course, certainly not least, so Sigma is doing a collaboration with Christian Dominique from Dominique Cosmetics. I think this is cute. This is definitely not a brush collection that I personally need. I don't tend to pick up any brush collections anymore just because I have a huge arrangement of brushes and I don't really clean them like I should. And so bringing in more brushes, although it seems smart in the short end, long term, that's just more brushes for me to clean. So I'm not going to be picking that up at all. And that's a good thing because that's saving me some money. So much was talked about today, and there's so many things that I'm interested in, already picked up. I will be showcasing, maybe picking up in the future. I would love to hear from you guys down below. Is there anything that you are excited about picking up? Is there anything that you would like to talk me into? Definitely shout it out down below. I would love to hear from you all. And yeah, I'm having so much fun with this kind of heritage series that I have going on. And yeah, with that said, tomorrow will be my last video where I kind of overtly showcase black owned brands, where I will be showcasing this base look specifically. The eye look I'll be aiming to get up tomorrow as a short, and then after that I'll be really focusing in on women owned brands. Now that said, I will definitely be showcasing maybe some of these black owned brands that are actually women owned as well in next month, but I just wanted to kind of separate them, at least in my head. Everything in this kind of Heritage Month series that I'm doing every month in the year of 2023 will be linked into one playlist, and I will have that playlist down below. Maybe not in this video because this video's description box is already going to be a mess, but I will have it maybe in the cards. I never use the cards anymore. I'll have it in the cards for you guys in the event that you want to see all of the videos that are specifically focusing in around that. And yeah, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.